Quick trip around the wheelhouse, the information centre of the Ajax 8. Quite interesting for those that have not seen anything of the conditions or the situation on a hake fishing boat, or most fishing boats with trawlers are not that much different. So obviously the controls are different, but this is for a hake fishing boat or a gillnet fishing boat, whitefish. And they're most important, of course. We have the seat, the skipper's seat or the helmsman's seat, whether it be the skipper. If he's off watch, of course, there will be obviously one, most probably two people in this wheelhouse all the time, and the skipper or the helm would be in the seat there. Not as the old days with a wheel in front of him. There is a wheel which is down there. Not used so much nowadays. Most things are on sat nav and automatic pilots and one thing and another. But throttle controls and everything are over here to the left. And the VHF radio there, and the ship-to-shore radios, all the different gadgets up here. And as we move around, we must bear in mind that this boat is a shelter deck boat. As you can see outside, Alan is working the hoist at the moment. Below that deck is where the work is done, so Alan would be up here on the helm and working all the controls. Can't actually visually see down there, so he has up here various TV screens. One is there on the engine room that you can see at the moment. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 TV screens. One would show down in the fish room, one would be, or 2 or 3 would be in that deck, working deck. One would be in the net pens at the stern of the boat where all the nets are kept. So he can see all over the boat what's going on, so that he can work the controls. There's the VHF radios. That you can work the controls up here quite safely. All by that control there. Those controls, that will work the various gadgets around the boat. There's the GPS, the sat navs. As you can see, the southwestern approach is there. Then you come to the plotters. As we're in the dark at the moment, things are not all switched on, of course, but there's the screens, controls, temperature gauges. There's another VHF radio, temperature gauges, fuel gauges, and to keep his eye on what's happening in the engine room, i.e. fuel temperature and revs and all that business. There's the autopilot. You can see, very neat little implement. That's the autopilot that would take over from that nice shining wheel there. This is the old ship's compass up there that you would see up there, and the skipper would use that. Not used quite so much nowadays because of all the sat navs, but all these things are there as a backup. Electrics go down, you want to know where you are, so you can always rely on the old systems. And as we go over to the starboard side of the boat, you will notice that all the skippering is done from the port side, not in the centre as used to be. Various reasons. Some of these boats, the Scottish boat, she was probably built for pair trawling, when the skipper would need to be on that side of the boat, and that's why things were put there. But this boat was converted from a prawn trawler to a net boat, so lo and behold it's there, and it works quite nicely. These are the internet systems that Alan uses, the skipper uses, for messages back to his buyers, and to see what fish they wanted, when they wanted, what quantities and what sort of fish. That's basically the internet communications he's done through the computer there and various other items. Yeah, they work. They'll work a watch system. Probably 4-hour watches. There'll be one or two, quite possibly two people up here at the time working a watch system. Obviously, skipper can't be around 24/7, and whether they're steaming to or from the fishing grounds or sitting on the nets while the nets are soaking or fishing, there needs to be a system 24 hours a day. So things are pretty comfortable up here. Certainly more comfortable than the old Ajax was. That was quite a very cramped situation. But she was an old boat. I'd gone to sea on her, and I always felt very, very safe on her. But this is a totally different